Happy holidays from my best friend and Harlie. We've been dark for a little while. Look at my boy. We're out here in Lakeside Park. And, I've been dark for a little while, folks. Haven't been, feeling the most holly jolly, but also been kind of trying to pick up some new work and move forward and with new goals and all that. But, this is a stressful time of year for a lot of us. And I have to admit, I'd probably be leaning more towards the Grinch than Santa Claus. And, feeling some stress. I'm feeling better energetically with the loss of mom this year. And I'm feeling stronger. I've been doing some exercises every day. And I think I'm more interested in being strong than being skinny. And so we'll see how that goes. I think I'm really excited because, I feel a little bit more chubby cheek than I did at some other points in the last few years. However, I feel like I'm pretty healthy. Mentally, this was a very, very tough year. I lost my mom in August. And, for her, she had suffered long enough. 16 years of cancer, in and out of the hospital the last 3 years. That was enough suffering for her on earth. And I want to just say that, grief is different for us all. And maybe it's this holiday season. Maybe it's always been rough for me around the holidays. And today is actually the shortest day of the year. It's the solstice. So, not trying to sugarcoat life, but it was 80 degrees and I'm hanging out with my best friend and he's got a nice stick. He already went swimming with the ducks. And if you need a, pick me up, just think of my boy Luca. I got thinking about scarcity mindset and abundance. When I think of abundance, what do I think of? Because I've deposited into my checking account over $100,000 twice. And I will tell you, it was never enough. It was just, what's enough? It wasn't enough to do to what? And so that got me thinking, like, Harlie, you got a problem here. You got to really, you got to look inward and understand that maybe this self-love, maybe it's self-love. Maybe you just haven't felt that you're enough, and maybe you haven't, this, that, or the other. And so that's what I've been doing. I've been just really looking inward. Sometimes that gets pretty rough for me, and, my life isn't that bad. It really isn't. Everybody loses family members, and, I heard, I watch football a lot, go Lions, and one of the NFL players lost one of his daughters, and that's a lot tougher, I gotta say, to cancer. So, send out prayers to each other this holiday week. Send out love to yourself. And, I don't have a whole lot of family around me right now. And so I just been kind of more so reaching out to my family. And I think what I'm going to do is let them all know that they're going to get a phone call with me on holidays moving forward. They're going to just get more phone calls from Harlie, and they don't have to answer all the time. And, but I think I've never lived further away from my family than where I live now. And I got to say, I kind of miss them. I've been home a lot this year, and I just couldn't swing being home for Christmas. It just financially for me wasn't in the cards. But I do love you all, and if you guys are on my channel here, I'll post this to Facebook. Just know I love you all. I truly do. And, if I've acted weird or awkward this year, no, it's just a self journey, and know that I've got a lot on my mind, a lot on my plate. I also want to leave it all in 2024 and bring new and positive energy into the next year. And so that's what I encourage everybody else to do as well. I have a plan to do some more, videos, less of this walking and talking video, and more of actually sharing concepts, principles, ideas that I see really gave me joy and helped me move forward. I bought a couple houses in the last 3 years. And I'll maybe show you what I did there. But I also want to encourage us to pick up our goals and dreams and move forward, and I also want to encourage folks that they can do it. I am just a single guy, and obviously maybe that makes it easier for me because I'm a guy. I don't know. I want to be honest about everything. But I just want to encourage folks to know that there's goals, dreams. I like to just think of dreams. And I'm so rooted in real estate. I've just seen and felt how it is to buy your first home or your next home or make that move from one place to the next. Sometimes it's real hard to move away from your friends and family, even though it's the right move. I moved down here to Tucson because it was much cheaper cost of living, and it's beautiful. I get even more sunshine here. Now, summertime's pretty hot, but I actually got a pool for the same price of not having a pool. So, I literally feel like when you come down here and you're looking at houses, you can probably get a pool for free. And so that was part of my business plan. Having a pool also helps with my Airbnb. It's not heated this time of year, so it's more of a cold plunge. And I added a hot tub and that kind of thing. And I think I'm moving on to my next project, maybe do some fix and flips, maybe do some more buy and hold investment rentals, maybe work with a lot more investors. If you're interested in Tucson, I'd be happy to chat with you. But I also just want to encourage you guys to grow wherever you're planted. And I also want to encourage folks to understand if you're feeling the financial pinch of where you're living, there is cheaper places to live that you can thrive in as well. There is other areas that if you need to, make a move, it's definitely not easy. And there's meeting new people that's involved and maybe getting further away. Now I have to go home on a plane. I can't really drive like I did when I lived in Colorado. And, there was a time that I sold a house in Colorado, had some financial, means for a little while, but I ended up investing half of it and losing it all. So while I'm sitting here thinking I'm doing the right thing and investing and, living is taking a break from the rat race, it kind of scared me into a lot of anxiety when I went and lost all that money. So I also want to be clear that taking risks that could work out not in your favor. But I tell you, anybody that knows me knows that losing $60,000 to fraud made me really start to think about money in a different way, made me start to really cherish the opportunities that I had moving forward. And, and I made it back. I can honestly say I made it back, working hard, learning about how money works I would suggest as well. But I learned it and made it back taking walks with my pup. So just out here walking with Luca. You can see I don't even put him on a leash 9 times out of 10. Maybe I'm breaking some rules, but he's such a good boy if you've ever met him. So I'm just here cherishing my time on the shortest day of this year. And, let's just remember the great things. Remember the abundance of smiles that you get from your puppy or your kid. This is really for some like me, I don't know why, a tough time of year. But thank you for listening. I love you all. And just have an excellent holiday and New Year.